That girl I did do as I like, oh. Cause I know the world is mine. I be no where the life go take us. No, but I found it. Oh.
Trending now, Jay's already there. Welcome to Jay on Air.
From the sweet-sounding girl next door to the woman owning her truth with bold new sounds, Good Girl LA is no longer asking for permission. She's rebranded, reloaded, and ready to take and shake the system. Today, we pull back the layers, the music, the myths, the moves, and the message behind this brand new Good Girl. Has she gone rogue or is she finally real? Let's get into it. Welcome to Jay on Air. Good Girl LA is in the building. What's up?
Man, I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you here. I mean, how are you feeling? You're having such a moment. I know you've had moments like this, but I feel like this one is really different. The sound is different. The look is different. The fans are new. It's stronger. It's an entire thing. How are you feeling about everything happening, especially with the release of this EP, Good Girl? That is not such a good girl, Sha, but how are you feeling?
Man, I'm excited. This has been like a long time coming. So I'm just excited. Like, this is all I want to do is just share music, share art with the world, So I'm just happy to be in this moment right now.
I was listening to the EP again because when we have guests, of course I listen to your music, but just to really get into it, I listen again. And there's this growl you've always had.
Yeah.
I think on what song? Was it this song? There was a particular verse where you were growling. So I could tell that the love for music, it's not just about fame. It's not just about money.
Yeah.
You really love music. What has music meant to you, from growing up till now?
Man, music has been like a mirror to myself. It has been a form of self-discovery and the way that I master myself and the way that I interact with the world around me and the way that I'm able to even interact with other people's lives. So music is like a medium. It is a mirror. It is everything to me,
Do you remember your first interaction with music that just made you realize this is what I'm going to do? Who was that person? Do you remember where?
I mean, since like I could talk, I noticed that I started even like the advert on TV. I'm already like dancing along with them. Yeah. So I know like right from then I already liked it. Yeah. But one moment I was like really pivotal was me leaving a Papa amusement park when it was still a thing.
Okay.
With my dad.
Okay.
And there was this eatery that doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
It was like outside the place. So my dad's like, obviously we've played, we run around, and he's like, let him get us like snacks and stuff. Yeah. So we get in there and Lady Gaga's Bad Romance is just premiering like worldwide. I walk in there and it's on screen and she's doing all the weird movements that I've been seeing myself do in my head when I fantasize in the room. And I'm like, oh my god, she's doing the weird thing. And I'm just looking and I'm gagged. My mouth is open like this. My dad is calling me, what do you want to eat? I can't hear anything. I'm just looking at Gaga. Like,
he was saying chicken pie or Miss.
I could not even hear him. I was just on the screen like this. My mouth. I was gone. I was gagged like the house down boat. So that moment really, and I'm like, I'm not that weird. I'm not that crazy. Yeah. Look at her. Yeah, that moment really changed my brain chemistry like forever.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, we're going to come back to the music, but let's talk about growing up. Since you brought up, your dad.
Yeah.
And what was growing up for you like? I mean, I read somewhere that you grew up in Ajegule.
Yeah, I was born in Ajegule. Okay. I grew up mainly around First Stack side.
Okay.
First Stack Mazamaza. Okay. Then we now moved to Okoko, Lasso, Yano School. We moved to that side. Then it was from there that me and now ran away from home. I moved to the island. I started squatting and became a studio rat. I'm like, man, what's this? Yeah, what's going to stop building my dream? Like, I ran away from home. Yeah. So, it was like around that axis, very hood, very trenches.
So running away from home, it's just every... She's very trenches.
Very trenches.
Wow.
Shout
out to my people in the Yano School, all the areas.
Maza. Shout out to them.
So let's talk about leaving home. What age was this? And did something happen at home that made you realize that, I cannot do this from the house? I have to move to where there are like minds, people that want to make music like me. I need to be in the studio. There's something happened at home with your parents. Talk to us a bit about that.
I mean, I was 17.
Wow.
And I already knew by then that, man, I want to do this thing. But my dad kept saying, you must be a doctor. You know, African parents.
Yeah.
You must be a doctor. You must be, you know, an engineer in my house. You cannot do this in my house. I was like, oh my God. It was such a problem. And when he literally forced me to go to school. I didn't want to go to school because I'm like, I know that the whole industry is in Lagos. I don't want to leave Lagos. I don't want to go anywhere. And music, you have to start young. I'm like, I don't want to leave anywhere. My dad said, don't worry. If you're in medicine that you are studying, before you know it, Beyonce is looking for you. How will Beyonce be looking for me when I've not done anything?
When she's looking for a doctor now, she will find you in the hospital.
African parents kill me. So my dad is like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. I didn't want to write jam. Lagos was full. I didn't want to write jam. I was fighting my dad. When I finally wrote jam, I had to go and write in Anambra because Lagos was full.
Wow.
So I made it into like medical school, nursing, medical and surgical nursing. So I had to go to Calabar. Then I now left Calabar. Like I just came back to Lagos and I did not carry my bag, nothing. I just left and I said I'm never going back. My dad said, I would disown you. My dad disowned me literally. So I'm like, I have to get out of here.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to get out of here. So I'm just like, man.
Was your mom ever in the
screw
picture?
this. African mother, what she do? Listen to him. What she do? She couldn't really do anything like that. But
Yeah.
I was just like, I have to take my destiny to my own hands. Like even if when I left the house, I had 5K.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I
And
had
you were
this friend on
17.
Instagram. Yeah, I have this friend on Instagram. Spotless, Techno's brother. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm going to go to his house. Like he was in one label house. I was squatting there. You know, just I became a studio rat, and that's how I built it brick by brick, man.
Wow, amazing. So
Yeah.
leaving home, did you like still keep was there still a line of communication with your dad and mom, or did it take a while before you guys were able to reconnect?
And it took like 2 years before I spoke to my parents again because I was disowned.
Wow.
Yeah, I was literally disowned.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I was in touch with my sister. Yeah, she was in Yabatek then. I was in touch with her then.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty. We just saw like maybe once every how many months because she too is busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just me, man.
How much? You know, you had a dream that you were so passionate about, but of course, family is still family, and you had these memories because again, you shared, you know, seeing Lady Gaga, but again, your dad took you there, so obviously, you guys shared some moments. So having to leave that to pursue something that you know, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. How did that? I mean, you're pursuing something you love, but there are people you're leaving behind, and then you're hearing somebody that you grew up with saying, you know, I'm disowning you because you're not following the path I've laid out for you.
Yeah.
How are you able to connect both? You know.
I mean, it was heartbreaking, but I love music so much, and I've always known since I was a kid that I wanted to build a legacy, and nothing was going to get in my way. I've had people not want to even date me because they knew I was an artist. So
Wow.
I've grown this shell like I'm a monk. Like now, like things don't affect me like that. So back then, I was heartbroken by it, but the passion behind my dream was greater than any rejection. So it didn't matter. I was just like, when I get the bag,
Yeah.
you will be on me by
Yeah.
then. So I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I just locked in, man. I just locked in. It hurts, but I locked in. I didn't
So where are
care.
you guys now? Where is it? Where are things with family now?
I mean, it's cool.
It's
All right. It's all right. It's all right. It's
All right,
alright.
so let's move on to you being a studio rat, right?
Yeah.
You moved in with Spotless. You were just becoming a studio rat, listening to the music, trying to make music. What was that experience like, and how long were you there for?
Man,
And where the island was it, like Lekki, Agungi? Where?
it was Lekki Phase 1 actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The label house that my friend was in Lekki Phase 1. Towards the end of Lekki Phase 1, I would do something. I can't remember the name of the street, but I was there for like From there, I went to another place to squat. From there, I went to another place to squat. I squatted in about 6 places.
Wow.
From here to here to there to there. But in matter of fact, the first year that I started like, I want to do this. Even when I started putting my head from school, that's where I met the person assigned me now, Andrew Vibes.
Wow.
Yeah, close to like 10 years ago.
Wow.
I know. So those seeds I planted, I'm literally still reaping
From
till
them,
now, you know. So I never regretted it. But the thing is, it took a while. It took about like, before I even dropped Far Away, it took like 4 years first before I dropped like the first song that gave me some spark. Before I dropped like my first song that actually gave me some spark before, anything else. It took a while. It took a while.
I think Far Away came out in 2019.
Yeah, officially, yes.
Officially.
But it was already on like SoundCloud. Then it was SoundCloud. It was on
yes.
SoundCloud since like 20, like I think like a year and close to 2 before that.
Do you miss those SoundCloud days? Because I feel like, SoundCloud was a moment. I mean, I've been
It
on radio.
really was.
I've been on radio for a long time, right? So I know that people may not be mainstream, but their SoundCloud was popping. So do you miss?
Yep.
Did you miss those days? And what was your SoundCloud life like?
I mean, I didn't have a phone when I uploaded Far Away, so I went to the Cyber Cafe to pay for time.
Wow.
Yeah, there's this Cyber Cafe behind Debonair's Pizza. I just took bike there and paid. That place is not there anymore. Last I checked, like a month ago. But I paid for time and uploaded it. So things were simpler then, you know. The TikTok craze hadn't even picked up then.
Yeah.
So it was mostly me. I uploaded it on SoundCloud, then I'm sharing the link on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah, like, please share my song. People's
Go and
Twitter
listen.
DMs,
Yes,
like
okay.
DMs, Twitter DMs, and maybe sharing it from IG to Facebook. So it was mainly Twitter, people's WhatsApp. You know, then you have like you forward to
Yes,
everybody. Wow. Yeah, that's what I was doing, and I was in people's DMs. Even when I got my first radio interview, it was on Twitter. I asked people to vote for me. Like I go like shortlisted and asked people to vote for me, and I won. Like I was on the road telling people, "Give me your phone, can I vote?" Yeah, so I could win that interview.
Yeah.
And so pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I can tell the excitement in your thinking, in your sound. You really love what you do, and not just that. You love the story that and the things that have brought you to where you
I
are now.
appreciate it.
But were there moments where you were like, "Wow, you know, I'm squatting here. My parents have been telling me, is this going to work out? Is this dream really? Am I going to? Is a kid going to be watching me like I watch Lady Gaga on the screen? I want to say I want to be like Good Girl LA. So did those moments happen, and how did you come out of those moments?
You know the thing. I've always looked it in my mind. Like, there's this quote that I have written on one of my jotters that I used to recite like over the last 3 years all the time, and I used to first think it in my head over the last 10 years, but then I wrote it down the last 3 years, and the quote is, "It doesn't matter what like my surroundings look like right now. I'm born with the fire in my bones, and I won't stop until, you know, I can spread that fire to the rest of the world. Like, I don't care what it looks like right now. I don't care if I'm in the hood. Like, and I've been like that since I was a kid. I used to fantasize, see myself on stage in foreign countries, and it was never even really here when I was younger. I always just see myself outside doing this. So no matter how hard it got, because I developed that routine of always speaking life into myself as a kid and seeing what wasn't in front of me yet.
Yeah.
I always was able to do that for myself. And there was a time over the last 3 years where I was like, damn, man, like I've been in this game for a while, and like I've never really gotten like any attention. Like I've never been signed, and even people that didn't do as much work as I did, you know, they've already like been signed and they've gone ahead. And I'm just like, damn, you know what? Maybe I should just, you know, because I like animals, I like water, I like nature. I'm like, maybe I should just look for a farm somewhere and just go. Like I had that thought over the last 3 years, but every time I think that and I just sit back, that thing comes back because I developed that muscle as a kid. So it comes back and like, no, the whole world is going to hear me. I don't care what it looks like right now. I don't care.
I love it so much. We're still talking to Good Girl LA. I mean, we're live on TikTok, G_on_air, live on Instagram, 885_UFM. And of course, you're listening to the radio station, 88.5 UFM. So please lock in, you know, keep listening, send your questions, send your comments. At some point, I'm going to open the phone lines for you to call in to ask questions or to say comments, especially if you've listened to the brand new EP. I know everybody's loving the Good Girl song of the Good Girl EP, but the other songs are as amazing, you know. And I think to really enjoy, we're going to go back to talk about I know we want to talk about it. To really enjoy it, I think go watch the visualizers on YouTube. Yeah,
there's a visualizer playlist.
Exactly. Personally, when I love the EP, but when I watch the visualizer, it just did something from it. But anyway, back to, you know, you leaving, you starting, releasing Far Away, going to the Cyber Cafe and all of that. When did you know that this is beginning to pick up? This is beginning to make sense? What was that moment for you?
It was from Far Away, the first song I put on SoundCloud. It was from that song. I noticed that, like, when I got that radio interview, then more, like, shout out to the OAP, shout out to you guys, the media people, because you guys were one of the most pivotal, like, points in my career, too, because I noticed some OAP started to play it more, because they liked it, hearing it from, like, certain stations, and then people started to call in and ask for it.
For real, wow.
And Twitter, too, I noticed that, like, people started to talk about me alongside other people that were signed.
Wow.
And I was like, hold on. They told me you cannot come in this game without a label, especially as a girl. First of all, they don't sign girls.
Yeah.
So you can't even come in here as nobody, there's no machine behind you and you think you're going to make a name for yourself. It's impossible. That's never happened before. And I'm like, I can see that I'm in conversations with these people. I can see that they're saying my name.
Just
like
off one single.
Yeah, off one single. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I started to get videos. I noticed that my, when I finally got to the point where I started to get videos from countries outside Nigeria. I started to get videos from India.
Wow.
From US.
Wow.
From China. Then I'm like, whoa, wait, hold on. And the whole internet thing was not even a thing then, like that. And I'm like, oh, hold on, okay, something is happening here. Then I decided to find a way to upload the song actually on Apple Music and everywhere. Yeah. And when I uploaded it, I noticed that my number one country in my metrics was US, UK, France, and even till now, sometimes Nigeria just comes to like number 4. But
Nigerians side eye to also.
Yeah, sometimes even till now, Russia, I was there. Yeah, someone on my TikTok live said they were there. Yeah, I got videos from Russia too. That's true. I noticed. I'm like, from these zones, that is crazy. So that's where I started to notice that. Oh, hold on, wait. I think okay. Yeah,
this is something.
Yeah.
So from far away, you gave us other tunes.
Yeah.
Do you want to mention some
like
of those?
Bless Me?
Yes.
Then Ellie Momo, Vector.
Yes. We're going to talk about Ellie Momo, but let's talk before Ellie Momo. Ellie Momo came out in 2021.
Yes.
In 2020, there was Bando.
Yeah. Well, no, Bando was still 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, but before then there was Bless Me. Bless Me was the one that, I mean, Bless Me by metrics became bigger and far away.
Wow.
Yeah, Bless Me was, I mean, Bless Me trended in Jamaica. I mean, I would have gone, but I didn't have a team, you know,
at the
like
time.
that.
So there was no way to...
Yeah, to capitalize on the buzz. It hit number 3 in Barbados, Apple Music.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really crazy in the Caribbeans.
Wow.
Yeah, St. Lucia, it hit the Apple chart too in St. Lucia. And this was just organic. That the Bless Me song was a song that I made in my passageway when I was sick one time, and I thought I'll never sing again because I was sick for months. So that's when like I really started to notice with Bless Me. Bless Me was like another very pivotal moment. That one even got me a Headies nomination for Best Vocal Performance.
Wow.
In 2019.
Yeah. So seeing that, you know, you were having these metrics in Jamaica, Barbados, and Lucia, but you're not able to go there. So how do you deal with all of that? Because there is success, but again, this is success that is in a box.
Yeah.
That is almost like you can't.
I mean, it happened with Ellie Momo too.
It did.
But I just know that all I have to do is keep going till I have the right people that know exactly what to do with my gift, you know. Like, there is no giving up, only going forward and going higher. And I know a lot of people even said, oh damn, like after this Bless Me, you know, maybe she's a gospel artist, you know, maybe she's not really going to do anything like that. And then I did Ellie Momo, they were like, oh, maybe she's not gonna, oh, maybe she's not gonna.
Yeah.
I just always go up, and I know that every level is a step to the next. So I know that very soon I would have like the team, you know, even though now I'm with VMF now. And you know, they were like a family, and we're building and we're growing more, you know, so it's only going to get better.
It's just with time. So talk to us about Ellie Momo. That song, before we talk about, you know, because somebody hearing you will be like, that's wild, how would you have a song like Ellie Momo nominated among some of the biggest songs for the 80s Awards for Best Collaboration? This song was everywhere in the north and everywhere, you know. Talk to us about how that came about, and you know what that did for you, and what you expected it to do for you that didn't happen as well.
I mean, it happened randomly. I was going to say hi to someone, and I went to the person's house, and Victor was there, and he's like, I want you on my album. I'm like, okay, let's do it right now. And he's like, huh, I'm going somewhere. And I'm like, no, let's do it right now. And the person I went to say hi to is like, yeah, you guys should do it right now. Call the producer. And Victor's like, I'm going somewhere. The man is like, let's do it. Yeah. So that's how we did it. And
was there no fear that you say, let's do it now? Because you can say you want something, and then we don't see again.
I know. Well, the person that I went to see, he was like the person handling Victor's stuff at the time. Okay. So he insisted, and he had the power to insist and make it happen. And he shot the video too. Wow. Yeah, he shot the video too, because it wasn't a priority for them at the time. They had the moment with MI and all of that. So he was like, let's shoot the video, let's do it. And then the song blew everybody's mind when it came out with the reception. So But obviously, business is business. If you're not pushing a song on a certain level, it doesn't matter how good it is, and there's only so much Nigerians can do for you.
Yeah.
So the song just basically was here. It didn't hit like its fullest potential because of like the infrastructure behind it.
And
But I mean,
marketing. You feel like if there was a bigger
obviously.
yeah.
Obviously. Would have been out of here. It would have probably been a 1 billion view song.
Yeah.
If you had the right,
you
the
feel
right
like that
motion.
Early Mama had that potential to be 1 billion.
Yeah.
A calm down.
Yeah.
A rush. And
Yeah,
all
it
that.
did. It
Wow.
did.
So for those that don't know, this is mid interview. Just do hippie, hippie. So they know. So they are awake.
Yippee-yi-yo, keep it on the low, my safari, yeah.
Oh, stop it! I like it. Stop it! I like it. I mean, amazing. You've done so much, and we're gonna come to the rebrand, right? The look is different, but over your career, you've done a lot of changes with your hair. What is the story you're constantly telling with your hair? You've had the braids, you've had the short hair, you've had the like punk thing. What are you always telling with your hair? Because sometimes when you are not a face that is as known as the others, people worry that she's looking different.
Yeah, I get that.
So talk to us a bit about that.
Well, I feel like hair is one of the strongest ways to pass a message as a brand, as a person. And that's one of the reasons why in this era I'm sticking to this hair, and I'm not changing it. Like if you watch, every time you see me, I pull up like this with the bangs, with the bang. Yeah, I pull up like this with the bangs. It's because the bangs is like one of the ways historically that women signal that they are very wild and free. Yeah. Bangs, especially there's this saying, the shorter the bangs, the wilder the woman.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, there's this saying. So the bangs is one of the ways that, because you cut your hair and then you cut it in layers, like it shows like I live life on my own terms, I live by my own rules, So that's the message. That's who I am right now. That's how I feel right now. And this hair like passes that message the most. So that's why I'm like, this is the hair I want for this era. And this is the hair. You know what's crazy? When we're small, and like how African parents, they don't want you to wear makeup, they don't want you to fix hair.
Yeah.
But the one time my dad gave us money, like, go and do your hair. Madam, I want fringe.
So fringe has always been a thing for you.
Girl, like if you go back to my old photos on Facebook when I was like 15, fringe. There was one time, the first fringe I did was so bad. The hair was standing up like this because it was synthetic. It was synthetic. The hair was standing like this. I had to use a band to like hold it down. It looks like a star, but I was just holding the hair because it was like umbrella. So like I've always wanted to do the bag. So I'm like, now that I can do it this way, and have the bundles, let me do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
For those that are saying, I want to see what's happening, I want to see this hair she's talking about. We're live on TikTok, J_on_air. We're live on YouTube, J on Air TV, Instagram 885_UFM, and of course you're listening to us on radio 88.5 UFM. What was the moment that made you realize that I want to be young, wild, and free? Because again, when I'm having interviews, I know the artist, but I like to go back. I'm looking at your Die For Me video, right? Die For Me video. That was
it was an Empire thing.
Yeah. It was
shout out to Mr. Easy.
Yeah, it was still hard to watch though, because you were singing Die For Me. You were saying it was almost giving Beyonce's or is it Destiny's Child cater to you. Like,
type.
I'm going to love you, I'm going to be there for you. But this man was beating you in the video.
Yep.
And then in ends, I was like, it ends with you getting the bat and wanting to, but it didn't show what you did.
I mean, you know what I did with them. You know what that bat do.
So talk to us. What moment was it that you said, this industry, I've been here for a while. People may not pay me as much attention as I deserve, but you know what? I'm going to wear my bangs and truly be wild and free and be who I am and have a different look. When was that moment for you? Or was it when you decided to, collaborate with the Andrew Vibes and everything that you said no? Or was this something already in the making?
It was during my hiatus, but it was already, because I told you when I saw Gaga, I'm like, oh my God, she's doing the weird thing. Like, I'm not that weird. I'm not that crazy.
Yeah.
But again, I'm a Nigerian in Nigeria.
Yeah, true.
You know, people don't say, you know, now they're calling me Afro Winch. They say I look like a winch.
Afro winch.
They're calling me Afro Winch.
Let me guess. It's on TikTok. Is it TikTok people saying that, or is X people?
Twitter, and I mean TikTok, but TikTok they love it. I love my TikTok community. They're as unhinged as I am.
See,
You know, I know you dig. I know you dig. Right? Like they're as unhinged as I am. So I'm like, damn, if I do this, like I was always scared of, like, you know, as humans we don't want to be rejected by like our community. We crave like community and, you know, and like closeness, you know. So I'm like, I don't want to be rejected. If I look like, this is what I really like, this is what I look like in my mind, like I love the dark eyeliner, I love all of this weird and futuristic stuff, but I don't want to be rejected. But then over like the last 3 years in my head, I'm like, man, this is my one life. What do I care? Like, damn, no, I don't care if I'm going to be rejected. I'm not scared of the rejection anymore. I'm not scared. I want to live my truth. I want to show up. I want to put myself out there. I do not care. Like, I want to do the weird thing. I want to say the weird thing. I want to be the weird thing. So I'm like, damn, to hell with that. I'm showing up as myself. I'm going to live my life. And I know that the people, authenticity is one of the highest vibrations, because it's also a filter. It filters out what's not meant for you. And then it pulls in what is. So I'm like, I want to do this as authentic as I really am. I don't want to hide myself no more. All that, let me play it cool, let me play it safe, so that I don't care. Yeah, so don't like me. I don't care. This is me.
Because with this look came with the hair, the
red eyes. Sometimes I paint my teeth and my knife on TikTok, going like this. Like,
and then the Samuel Banks thing that kills me.
If TikTok, like if this was drag, Samuel would be my drag mother. Samuel Banks would be my drag mother. Arike Prioda would be my drag mother. If this was drag,
yes.
Weird.
I'm having a moment with Good Girl LA in the studio. If you want to see what's happening here, I mean, I feel like listening on radio, you are enjoying this, but you need to watch, right? Watch on YouTube, J on Air TV. Watch on Instagram, 885_UFM. We're live on TikTok as well at J_on air. Let us talk about the music that you're having right now. I mean, Good Girl came out, you know, the EP. I think you dropped this month, right?
Yeah, July. No, last month. July 4th. Yeah, July.
Yeah, this is a new month though. I think in July. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Happy
it's August 1st today.
Yeah.
Happy new month.
How you feeling?
Amazing.
Yes, you're alive, right?
Yeah, and it's Leo season. Woo!
What day is your birthday?
February 20. Same as Rihanna.
So why are you
Spicy
loving Leo
Pisces.
season?
I'm a Leo moon.
Ah.
Yeah, you know there's sun and moon.
I don't know this things. I'm thinking it.
Mhm.
And let's move,
sun and moon.
let's move on. So let's talk about the music, right? I remember. So it was somebody on X, and this guy, I know that is not somebody that is not a money person. When he loves music, he loves music. Shout out to Ajibola Gray, by the way.
Shout out to him.
I saw his, and he said this song should be everywhere. Everybody should be listening. I know, okay, I know Good Girl, Early Mama, all this song. And then I listened to him, like, wow, this is different. And then I went on TikTok. It had a fire of its own. People are dressing up like you. People want, it's an entire movement.
Yes, it is.
So talk to us about the production. How long did it take to make this brand new EP, Good Girl, and the lead single and the other songs, and to just create this image you've created right now that you're having?
The project, in less than 2 months, first when me and Andre, we decided, to do this, we were making a lot of music, and we made close to 30 records in less than 2 months.
Wow.
But then I'm like, the project is not done. So after December and holidays, and when everybody came back, because Andre traveled, when he came back and all, I go back in the studio, and the first day I go back in the studio, I made Good Girl and Boss It in the same 24-hour space.
Wow.
So when I made those two songs, I'm like, the EP is done now.
Yeah,
the EP is done now. I didn't even know. I knew the name of the EP was Good Girl, and I knew the message, but I didn't even know I was going to make a song that was titled directly after the EP. I mean, I knew I was going to spread the message throughout the records, but I didn't know that there was going to be that one. But when I made that song and busted the next day, I'm like, okay, that's the project. We're done. Yeah.
And it's doing. I mean, talk to us a bit about the lyrics. How did you write, and how do you write? Do you listen to the sound, or are you feeling something and you say, you know what, I want to put this out in words? How do you write, or do people collaborate with you when it comes to writing? Talk to us about that. entire experience when it comes to producing and writing records for yourself?
Well, it goes in every way, because sometimes I have the idea, then I get in the studio and tell the producer the idea, then we form the music around it, we play the piano, we form the chords and build the drums. So with Good Girl, we were in the studio just, okay, I know, like, I'm not done with it. Like, there's this, like, I was trying to let the producer know, I want to, like, make a song where I really, really talk about the kind of limitations that I put on girls and how we don't care about it nowadays, like how girls' minds are changing. Now we're like focused on our money, we're focused on ourselves, like there's a lot of like self-love, with the girls going on, and I'm like, I'm in that place too, and I know that if I feel it, the girls feel it, and I see that we all feel it. So I want to make something where I really talk about that. I need to have a song where I talk about that. So when we got in the studio, where Jeffrey was playing the piano, he's the one that I made the records, most of them with.
Yeah.
Jeffrey was playing the piano, and the first thing I had in my head was, I was never looking for love in Lagos. 24, and I bring the bus in my, I don't see it. It came like that directly back to back.
Wow.
So I'm like, yeah, that's it. I had like a 7-minute, I was just speaking what was coming into my mind. Then when I got to that part, immediately I said, I was never looking for love in Lagos. I'm like, that's the song. That's the song. Yeah, okay. You know what? Let's build the drums. Let's go. Like, so sometimes I write like that. Sometimes I have the idea, then I go in with it, And with the aesthetics, it was just obviously, I already had that going. And when I decided, you know what, I'm going to do this, I started showing up on Instagram as that. People saying, hey, this is demonic. You and Rema. Hey, what is Afrobeat turning into? Illuminati don't they carry our artists? This is demonic. What did I know here? Girl, they were dragging me. So this is demonic. I didn't care. I was just doing my thing. Then when I linked up with Vibe, like a year after I was showing that aesthetic, Vibe said, I love what you're doing with the look. I don't want to touch it. I just want to upscale it. That's how it happened.
That's amazing. So you knew where you were feeling and started showing up as that on social media.
Yes.
And so the music now followed through with that.
With it.
So the music is just speaking where you're at now.
Speaking where I'm at, bold, manifesting great things for the future too. Because I see a lot of things. If you listen to the track like Based on Belief, I'm seeing a lot of things that I know that wasn't even in my reality at the time, but I was just speaking it. There's a lot of speaking things into existence, a lot of a lot of manifesting, a lot of self-belief, a lot of power, a lot of love, a lot of beauty, a lot of chaos, a lot of fun.
Let's talk a bit about, we're going to come back to the music because that's why we're here. And by the way, I mean, in case you want to call in right now, because if you leave me, I'm enjoying this conversation, we're just going to keep going. So in case you want to say something to Google LA, you want to leave a comment on social media, this is the time to do it. To call into the studio lines 091 30,000 885. That is 4 zeros in between. Before you know it, this conversation is over. We have about 10 minutes to go. So 09130000885. Okay, that is the number to call to speak to Good Girl LA. You can also leave a comment on social media, and I'm sure the team will get your comments across to me, or send a message via WhatsApp or SMS. The same number, 091 30,000 885. That is 4 zeros in between. She has a brand new EP out right now called Good Girl, with the lead single Good Girl. What is a song off that EP that you feel people should pay a lot of more attention to? I know Good Girl is having its moment, but what is that song that you're like, this is a jam, you people pay attention to this one as well? Or you just want to get to just be enjoying yourself? Back to back.
The last song on the project.
Why?
To back.
Why do you say back? Why back to back?
Because that is on that song where you're saying, you're just where I'm literally going, if you don't like what I'm doing, if it's paining you, look at the transformer.
Yes.
Daddy, hug it. Like, it's just me saying, I don't care if you don't like what I'm doing, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to give you back to back. And every time you say I can't, I will.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, I mean, let's go back a bit. I mean, this is a new sound, this is a new vibe. I'm enjoying this moment, and I'm loving this energy, this free, loving energy. You're loving this moment you're in. You took a break.
Yes.
Why did you take that break? For someone that is as passionate about music, about 2 years you were off the scene. Why? What happened there? And what did you do with that time?
Well, you know how I saw what happened with Early Momo. I saw what has been happening like so far with like my career, where I make these amazing records, and because I don't have the machine behind me, they are just underrated. Like, I have a whole catalog of classics that are just underrated because I don't have the machine, and I'm like, it's difficult to do things when you don't have the finance on that level, because no matter how you try to slice it and dice it, turn it and twist it, the people at the top are the people that have that support behind them. So I'm like, I need to get my business right, and I need to level up my sound and my image so that I can really do this thing on the level that I know that I want to do it at, and the level that I know that I will be doing it at. So sometimes you might know deeply that you deserve to be on a certain level, but you have to put in the work to really, really be in that level and be able to show up properly in that level. So I'm like, I need to get my business right, because the funding is crazy. Nowadays, you sometimes, if you're not careful, $100,000 won't even be enough to push your music nowadays. It's not enough. It's not. It won't even be. It is not enough.
Wow.
So I'm like, it's just me. I literally came from home with 5K. You know, I've been doing this by myself. I've been doing it by myself. But there's always a ceiling to what I do because I do not have this, you know, this structure. And I'm like, I need to get the structure. I need to get things right so I can actually do it right and be out here for real. You know, so in that time, I'm like, when the fisherman is not at sea, he's working on the net. You see them on the net, you know. So that's what I was doing, perfecting stuff, you know, figuring out how to, okay, I'm going to come back and I'm going to use the sound that I've had before. I'm going to remind people of the sound in a more sophisticated way. But then after that, I'm going to level it up. So I needed to work more on myself, you know, like it's not just, oh, I deserve this. You have to put in the work too. So I'm like, I need to do that. Life is not just about keeping up appearances and, oh, you're so busy with being in everyone's faces that you're empty. You're not capable, you know, as you should. You're not as locked in as you should. So I'm like, you know what? While I'm getting this business right, while I'm getting all of this right, let me also be working on myself so that I come back. And that's the reason why I came back. And people are like, wait, oh my God. It's because while they thought, oh, it's the normal artist thing. Oh, if you don't see an artist, they are somewhere depressed. That wasn't the case.
Wow, you were just taking time.
I was literally collecting the Infinity Stones to come back harder than ever before. And I know people think this project is amazing, but this was the you know what, let's just first, you know, we're trying to layer the sound because it's a lot more crazy music coming.
Wow.
A lot more crazy music. And it wasn't just the normal artist. The artist is not on the scene. Depressed artist. I was becoming happier and stronger than ever. You know how they say like the ram that goes back is coming with more power. Yeah. That's what it was.
Did love play a role there? Because again, you know how people say when people come into their own, come into freedom, and I'm not just talking about romantic love. I'm talking about love with friendships. Even though I like to know the term romantic love too, Sha.
Yeah.
But did love play a role there? Because when people come into their own, especially what you've experienced, getting disowned at such an early age, and 17, you're already pushing, having this amazing records, hitting the ceiling, not being able to pass through that, and then, you know, meeting up with the industry. I mean, looking at you now, you may not remember, I've interviewed you before, you know, but it seems like I'm talking to a different person, you know, and I love the freedom, but the love, romantic love and friendship love play a role in getting you to this point.
Well, I've never been in love. Like, I've never like been in a relationship before. I've had a few flings like when I was younger, but
just flings.
Yeah.
Nothing
yeah,
serious.
but not really. But friendship, yeah. I mean, I'm a very sensual person, don't get me wrong, but I've just not been in like a long term. Oh, we're doing this. Oh, this is my boyfriend of 5 years. I've not been in anything like that. So I it wasn't I had this heartbreak and it transcended. There's that part, but I actually had that period. It was more, the stuff that happened was more related to friendship. I had like a lot of friendship betrayals, a lot, especially like when I stepped away from the scene. Before I even did, I had a lot people
in the industry or outside
people in the industry, outside of it, you know, also coupled with like the fact that my family wasn't there. You know, I was alone for a long time. Yeah
And so do you not have people that are showing up
I
more
do.
for you, that are
I
not, you know, betraying you, that to an extent that giving
I know.
you, not because of what's happening for you now, because to be honest, I know that where you are at now, you are gonna have more people wanting
Yeah.
to join the club. I mean, you're
Yeah.
having more fans. So are you afraid that that's gonna happen again? You know, does that fear ever? Because I remember
No.
watching an interview with Alicia Keys, for example,
Okay.
and then she said, you know, she's coming from, she was a millionaire in dollars, but
Mm.
couldn't spend the money as much because she was coming from a very poor background, because she had this fear in her heart that, you know, what if I lose this money? So it took a lot of like therapy and stuff to get her to that point, to say you've made it, just make the right investment. So you've been through friendship betrayal, stuff with family. Are you afraid? Does that fear ever happen? And what do you think about therapy and the Nigerian system? Do you think therapy is a thing?
Well, one other thing that I did in that period where I was alone is I became a psychology nerd because I wanted to figure out, why did they do what they did? Why did the people that tried to sabotage my career, why did they do? I wanted to figure out, how does the human mind work? Like, I literally became a psychology nerd. I wanted to figure out, how does the human mind work? Why did they do that? So in a way, I went as deep as looking at MRI CT scans of people's brains. How a man's brain functions when he sees different objects.
Yeah.
What part of his brain lights up, and how they associate things. How women too, what part of our brain, like the chemicals we secrete during intimacy. I went that deep to figure out, you know, I was so obsessed with like knowing how humans think. So I feel like that's the reason why I said my brain don't bust and my eye don't hear. I know so much now that I can't go back. I've gone too deep, I can't pull out no more. So I know so much now that I'm not really phased anymore. Like, even when people approach me, I can already tell what I'm looking at, what it is. Like my discernment is crazy. It's through the roof now. Oh my God. It's through the roof that sometimes I can't even have fun because I already see some and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, like, it's through the roof now. So I don't have that fear anymore. I'm just like, my discernment is just through the roof. So when you have discernment, when your discernment is sharp, you don't have fear, because you can always tell what you're looking at. You can always tell, like, the way I relate with things, the way I relate with people, the way I like. That's why my lyrics are different now, because I can give people the tools to find that power and love in themselves. And that's the reason why I came out even sharper in the mind. And it's because I was grounding myself, you know. I was grounding myself, and I was really figuring out what life is really about, you know. So I don't really have that fear anymore. It's just that I notice how much more rare real people are, and I notice how much more rare real relationships are. And I feel like in Nigeria also, we need to start paying more attention to mental health, you know. Like, sometimes I think, look at the amount of people that, okay, in the US now, you can tell, oh, this person has schizophrenia, this person has bipolar disorder. And I'm like, so how many millions of people in Nigeria are walking around here crazy?
Yeah. And nobody knows.
And
Nobody's
nobody
paying attention
knows.
to, yeah.
You know, and, you know, going also into like personality disorders, narcissism, the dark triads and all of that. So it's just, I don't have that fear anymore. It's just very on the fly for me to tell what I'm looking at now. So I think it kind of makes it easy, and it just pulls the veil back, you know, and it's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun.
If you were to call out something in the industry, what would that be? We've had people say so many things about maybe partnerships or whatever. If you were to call out something in the Nigerian music space, what would that thing be? I mean, it can be more than one, chap.
Sociopathy. Yeah, the sociopathy is through the roof. I feel like it's through the roof. And sociopathy is like only the way there's the culture of wanting to own people like properties, the way there's the culture of not looking at people as human beings but as a means to an end. You know, there is no genuinity in like the friendships, and people are only with you for what they can get. I feel like it's very, very, very capitalism as a whole is very sociopathic.
True.
You know, it's very psychopathic too. But I feel like that's just one thing I've noticed. Some more. I mean, I knew what it was, but now I can put a finger on it. You know, yeah.
And one good thing about the Nigerian industry, so people will always like, you're only calling out the bad. What of the good? What's that one thing? And is there somebody in the industry that amidst all the whatever, you still look at it and say, you're a real one? Is there anybody like that for you?
No. I mean, Andre Vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andre Vibes is somebody that after like 10 years, I'm still like, this is a real guy.
Yeah, and he produced a lot of the records on this EP.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. Like that's one person that, like, from then till now, you know. Yeah, I feel like he's a special kind of person. Yeah, he's a special kind of person.
All right, as we wrap this up, let's have some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You like rapid fire? What kind of games do you like to play?
I mean, I like mental games. So
Mental games.
Yeah, rapid fire sounds mental.
Do you like
I like physical games where I can hold the tool, like arcade games where I can shoot a gun, throw a knife.
Of course, this era. Of course, I'm not surprised. So, let's do this. Number one, the last person you left unread.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Especially right now.
Yes.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Oh my god.
You must tell us so.
Oh my god, I can't remember. That's the thing. It's a lot. Oh my god, it's a lot of people I live around every day.
Hey.
Oh my god, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm sorry. I can't remember.
Okay. This next one, an artist you would never feature with again, or an artist you would feature with, or you want to feature with.
Fola.
You want to feature?
Yeah, I want to feature Fola.
Nice. It's on the lineup to be on this show, by the way.
Oh, shout out to Fola.
That's so. An artist. One of the first one I asked. An artist you would
I would
never
feature
with again. Or you
Again.
Okay, again, or you never want.
Because I've only done a few features. That's just Vector.
Yeah.
Alpha Genie. Yeah, so much like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not much.
No.
But do you just mean like ever? An artist I would never want to feature.
Ever, yes.
Portable.
Why?
Even though I feel like he's a philosopher.
Why?
But I just will never make music with him.
Why? You never say never.
But I feel like he's a philosopher though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a philosopher and he's a Pisces. I feel like he's a philosopher, but I just don't think I'll make music with him.
Okay, let's go to one word for your ex.
We never dated. Who are you? Who are you? Who?
Okay, this one. Most fake thing about this industry.
The love.
The love.
Oh, the love. Then the fake come.
She has seen things.
Yeah, I tried to tell y'all.
Okay. First thing you would do if you were invisible for a day.
Go to Central Bank and steal all the money.
Wow.
Girl. I share it for you people.
What scares you the most? Fading fame or heartbreak?
Fading fame or heartbreak?
Yeah.
Well, fame always fades, so it doesn't scare me. Heartbreak doesn't scare me either.
But which scares you the most?
A man coming outside to say I wanted him first.
That
scares me. That scares me.
Okay, an artist that Nigeria, you feel like in Nigeria deserves more flowers.
An artist?
Yeah.
Olamide Bado.
Why Olamide Bado?
Because I noticed how when he came out, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, he's Raz, da 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 da." But that is our culture. You know what he did? That's our culture, and he's the person that has put on. He's one of the people that has put on the most stars in the sky. So I feel like people don't appreciate him enough, and even now, he's still behind most of the hit records. So I feel like Olamide Bado, like, he deserves more love. Yeah.
And the perfect way to wrap this up, when you're no longer on earth, the earth just explodes. I don't know what your faith is, what you believe in, but we're no longer here. What do you want people to remember about Lading, LA, Good Girl LA?
Man, that she did not care. She did not give a F. She did what she wanted to do. She was loud. She was proud. She was unforgettable. Yeah, that's what I wanted to remember.
All right, amazing. Thank you so much, Good Girl LA, for being here.
Thank you for having me. This was so amazing. This was so fun.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
The EP Good Girl is out right now across all streaming platforms. I mean, I feel like you should also be following her TikTok. That's where the fun is really happening. I mean, Instagram people are getting small. So what's that TikTok again?
I am Good Girl Ellie. Everywhere. If you're searching for me everywhere, including Snapchat, is I am Good Girl Ellie.
What happens on your Snapchat? Anything fun?
Oh, the things I don't even post on TikTok are on my Snap. My Snap is like the inner circle. Yeah, so if you're on my Snap, yeah, you get to see it all. Me sitting on the bed, me having breakfast, me complaining that I didn't eat, me complaining that my nail pulled.
So Snapchat is the place to be.
Snapchat is the place.
Okay, Good Girl.
Awesome.
I am Google LA as well.
I am